What's going on, y'all? How you doing? Chris Bone here from Meat Off the Bone. And how many of you have kids or as kids did not like carrots? I know there's a few of you. I was one of them. I mean, I've always been partial to, like, raw carrots. Everyone likes, like, that crunch and the pretending to be Bugs Bunny eating their carrots and stuff. But there's some people just really don't like carrots. And growing up, I really did not like vegetables. I love them now, of course, but growing up, I did not like vegetables, and I didn't like cooked carrots. I thought I didn't like the texture. I would say that, like, the flavor, I just didn't like them. But at a very young age, I guess my dad, he found a way to cook the carrots that was actually not only edible, but they were delicious, and I fell in love with them, and I've been doing it ever since. So, this is like one attributes to Pop. Another, for all of you that have small kids that don't want to eat the carrots, this is a great idea, and it works so well. So let's go ahead and check it out. Here we have carrots. These are raw. I have them frozen, of course, diced. You do want to dice your carrots about that size. What is that, maybe 1/4 of an inch squared? Or doesn't matter, just, boil the carrots. We're going to boil these, and then we're going to melt some butter, melt some light brown sugar, a little bit of salt and pepper, add a little smoked paprika if you want, smoked ground ginger if you want, and cayenne pepper if you want. These three seasonings I've always liked. I've been doing this recipe since I was cooking on the stove. So, I mean, that's just my personal. You can put whatever seasoning you want, but the star ingredients is the carrot, the brown sugar, and the butter. Everything else is up to you. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to show you. First off, you grab a pan, and you're going to put some water in the pan. It does not really matter how much water. I don't really use a lot because I'm not using a lot of carrots. I'm only going to use enough carrots to, like, for one serving. Just enough to, like, give you the idea. Like, if you had an entire family, you would probably want to use this entire bag. And then, of course, you'd want to use more water. But that's a little bit more than one serve. I'm not going to eat all of that, but I just want to give you the idea on how much water you want to use per carrot. You don't necessarily have to totally submerge the carrots in the water, but since I have that much space and that little bit of carrots, I'm gonna go ahead and do it because it's gonna cook that much faster. I lost a twist tie. Okay. All right. Well, let's put the stove on high, and we will wait. All right. Well, as we wait for that to simmer some more, we're going to start on the sauce. A little bit of butter, a little bit of brown sugar. I didn't put. It doesn't really matter what amounts you want to put in. I just eyeball it until I mix the two together until it's kind of a maybe almost like a syrupy consistency, and then I'll pour it over the carrots. But it doesn't really matter if I use too much or too little. It's just whatever you prefer. If you like a little bit sweeter, put a little bit more, and if you don't, put less in. So first off, we're going to go ahead and melt this butter. And this brown sugar is kind of on the hard side. It's older, but you know, it's still good. What I'm gonna just do is put a little bit of water in it. Not a lot. And then crunch it up with a fork. The reason I put water in the brown sugar is if you just put the butter, if you melt the butter and pour it in the brown sugar, it does not mix well like it's doing here. Here it's actually kind of melting and mixing in with the water. And this is perfect to season. Let me see if that butter is... Yep. Butter is good. All right. Now, I wonder, can you see these holes? Look at the size of these holes. This is cayenne pepper. That's a lot. Why would you don't need a lot of cayenne pepper for anything. Unless you like a really spicy meal, those humongous holes is just that's weird to me. There's no reason to have those big old holes. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. Put this cayenne in. A little bit of ginger. You don't need a lot of ginger. That's all I need. And paprika. Some people like smoked paprika. Some people like Spanish paprika. It's whatever paprika you like. It doesn't really matter which one you do. I mean, any season you put in here doesn't really matter. A little bit of pepper. And of course salt. Mix this around. Look at where the nice boil. All right. Now I'm just going to pour the butter in. Now, it looks very watery right now, but as soon as I put this on the heat, the water in the sugar will evaporate, and it'll just leave the sugar and the butter, and the butter will keep it a nice silky syrupy consistency, like kind of is right now, almost like a thin molasses. You see how it's mixing in really well? Yeah. And once you put on the heat, like I said, the water will evaporate, and this will it'll thicken up just a tad. A little bit more salt, but that tastes wonderful. Looks really good too. All right, now what I'm gonna do is, these have been boiling for maybe a few minutes. Since the carrots are such a small dice, it doesn't take long at all to boil or cook the carrot. So what I'm gonna do is take these, pour these in here. You can see it, an orange on orange. And then I'm going to strain the carrots. I'm gonna take the water out. Strainer. Alright. Now let's take these right back, stick them on the pan. Take our sauce mixture. Now, word of the wise, if you're using the same burner as you did with the boiling the carrots, put the fire on medium to medium low. That way, sugar likes to burn and butter likes to burn. Put them together, it's a really, really burn brown mess. Burning sugar, though, does create caramel if you do it right. We're not creating caramel here, so I don't want to burn the sugar. I want it to simmer low. On open, you don't want to cover it. You want the water that's in there to evaporate as much as possible, and it's going to thicken up. I'll put the fire on low. And you can stir it once every couple of minutes. You don't really have to worry about that. Stir it periodically. Anyway, but that's really about it. I'll leave you all here to look. As you can see, the sugar and the butter mixing well. The water has about really kind of evaporated. You see it's a little bit thicker, just a tad bit thicker. The small bubbles, really, really nice. Very, very nice. We'll leave this on for another maybe minute or 2 minutes, and then it's ready. It's done. I mean, it doesn't take long at all. See how mushy they are? That's what you want. one of the best ones I've had. If you have any type of finicky eater when it comes to carrots, try this. Butter, light brown sugar, salt, pepper. Just it's amazing. I mean, you can still taste somewhat of the carrot, but the star is the really buttery taste of the brown sugar, and it's still, all your nutrients are there, all your vitamins are still there. It's still carrot. Still good for your eyesight, still good for your body, good for your mental health and all that. And it's delicious. It's a perfect side with most anything. I've eaten this with fish, and I've also eaten it next to a hot dog. It'll go with anything. It's also a really great holiday side as well. A lot of people like to eat yams. We like to eat caramelized carrots. Well, thanks for watching. That'll do it for me. If you like this video, please press like and please subscribe. I could really use subscriptions. And if you have any requests, I have no problem doing those for you as well. Thanks a lot for watching. My name is Chris Bone for here on Meat Off the Bone. Y'all take care. Good seeing you.